it's me, Yiyi. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, hermana? ¿Cómo estás? It's me, your favorite drag queen's least favorite drag queen. Welcome back to Vibrationss. Hi. I have like a couple I have a couple topics today, maybe like two or three that I want to talk about. But first of all, let me know how you are. Let me know how you've been, how are you holding up? How is your love life? How's your spiritual life? How are your chakras aligned? Like, let me know. I want to know about how you're doing. So, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I'm actually I'm in a good mood. I'm a little tired, but I'm in a good mood. This has been a long week. So I'm just kind of resting and kind of just, taking some time to myself. Um, and in doing that, I finally watched, what was it called? Oh, Nosferatu. That sounds so ugly, the way Nosferatu? No. Nosferatu. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. I watched that movie. Have you guys seen that movie? Because I've never seen the original. There's two. I think there's two actually. There's the original from like it's a silent film, and then there's like one that came out in the 70s, and then there's this one. And what I didn't know is that it was based on Dracula, and that the silent film that first came out like in the 20s or something. Um, it took it was I want to say that it had some controversy because they took the person that made the movie, the director, I guess, they took the book Dracula, and they made a movie pretty much inspired by it, and so they got sued because this was somebody's work. I forget the author's name, but Bram something or something like that. Um, but anyways, it was I didn't know if it was supposed to be Dracula. Like it's pretty much like it's considered to be Dracula. So that was one of the things that I found out while researching the movie. I like to do that. I like to watch a movie and then research it. And let me tell you, it takes me so long to finish a movie. I think this movie was around 2 hours and 30 minutes, maybe. I think so. It didn't seem too long, but it was pretty long. Um, but I really liked it. I did like it. I'm not gonna say I really liked it, but I heard I heard no, I read on Instagram certain comments that were saying that they weren't really happy with it, that it was very slow and boring and didn't do much. Didn't really, capture their attention. And so I wasn't expecting much, but something that I want to say, why did I want to watch it? Because usually I wouldn't watched it, but I think I saw a post on Instagram of like the way that Lily Rose Depp, which she plays the main character, I believe her name is Ellen, and that she played like this role that was very kind of demanding because you had to play like a possessed person. And so I was like, possession? I'm in. I'm all about possession. I'm about possessing, being possessed. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But I thought that was interesting because I didn't know Nosferatu was had anything about possession. Like I thought it was just a vampire movie, but that was one of the new elements that they added from what I've read. And so, anyways, I was just interested in it. I was like, oh, okay, this has some kind of weird sort of possession storyline. So I'm here for the possession storyline. Give it to me. And so I watched it, and I gotta say, like, I wasn't bored. I was not bored like other people. I did think there was. I don't know if I. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I have. What are my critiques for it? I want to say that I did like it. I guess not really a critique, but I guess I'll just say the positive things. I liked the whole setting. Like it was kind of gloomy, gothic, dark. It was sort of scary, but not. It was more creepy than scary, and I sort of like that better. I don't like when movies. I don't like horror films when they're trying to be scary. I think that's one of the things that I don't like. I think when horror films are creepy and they're disturbing, they're more interesting. But when it's trying to be scary, it's just kind of like these jump scares or like this grotesque like over what's it called? Like they just do too much. It's doing too much. Like no, we don't need to see somebody's insides to be scared. Like that's just no. Um So this movie was a little bit more psychological. It was disturbing because the girl would get possessed by Nosferatu, and it looked like she was being, let's just say, she was she was having seizures, right? But the seizures looked like she was being humped by a ghost. So I don't know what was going on there. They never really explicitly said that that's what was happening, but I think that's what was happening. Like, come on. Um, but this girl, I don't know if you watched it. I'm sorry if I'm gonna ruin it for you, but spoilers are ahead. And I really, I liked the actors. The actors were great. The storyline was good, and the ending was it was sort of sad but also triumphant. So it had this kind of like it left you with like this feeling of like should I be happy or not? Like it's not just straightforward like this is let's end this let's have a what's it called like one of those fairy tale endings or something like that. No. So, I just liked it. And I didn't know they were going to show the Peen. They showed the Peen. The Nosferatu Peen. Nosferatu blood sucking Peen. It's in there. It's like in the shadow. It's in the shadows. You're going to have to squint a little bit. Get your magnifying glass out. But it's there. If you're into vampire Peen, then there you go. There's something for everybody. But I would say you should take a look at this film because it was I just like the setting. I think the setting is what really got me. Like it was just so gloomy and gothic and sort of and moody and everything was dark, but it wasn't like depressing dark even though it was well directed and well like shot. Um okay, so that was one of the topics. There was something else that I wanted to talk about. I know I want to talk about Drag Race a little bit, so maybe I'll just get into that because I don't remember the other thing I wanted to talk about. Um, so yeah, I guess let's just get into to Drag Race. Let's queen out. This is the segment in the show where I'm gonna queen out, which you know what that means. We're going to talk about drag. So here we go. Um, yeah, so drag is dumb. No, so I posted a reel on Instagram on talking about the talent show on RuPaul's Drag Race and how I wasn't feeling it, I think, and how I thought, I was over the lip syncs. I haven't watched this season like I already told you, so I don't know what happened, but I could expect that I would expect most of them to do lip syncs. So I posted that, and then one of the comments, I got a comment there on Instagram and a comment on my TikTok that were pretty much saying sort of the same thing, where it says that I didn't really like, if I was criticizing the show or if I'm being negative, that means I don't really like the show. Excuse me, or that I don't like drag. And you know what? I thought about that and I was like, do I like drag? I don't know because, I mean, I do know. I don't mean to say that. No, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I don't think they're right. I think because I thought about like why am I critical of the show? And so I was like, you know what? It's because I care, because I like it, because I'm a super fan. I'm a super fan, and I think every show has their super fans, and they have those, and the super fans are the most critical ones because we know the potential of the show. We know the potential that Drag Race can be. And so we're going to criticize the things that we see that are not living up to that potential. Like that's what's going to happen because we want it to be better. And so I think that's why I lean more towards the criticize, like plus who wants to see just like that's not a who wants to see online like videos of someone just praising, oh, this is amazing, this is great, I love this. There's times where I do that, right, where I give, if something that happens I like, then I'll say it. But for the most part, yes, it is criticisms because they just make it so easy. They make it so easy to criticize. I'm sorry, but all the manipulation that the Drag Race producers do, they make it so easy to criticize them because it's so obvious and it's not fooling anybody and it's just making the show worse. So I don't care if you think I'm negative. I don't, because I guess I am being negative, but my point is not to, I guess my intention is not to just criticize it just to criticize it or to be hateful. It's to, and I don't think I'm hateful either. I think when I talk about drag, it's more talking about the art form and about what can improve, and so I don't take things personal, and I don't think I ever go personal with someone. I never criticize somebody's character. So it's all about just the art and the drag and the show. And so if I say like, oh, queens can do better, like queens need to stop doing this or doing that, it's because I see I see where it's going, and I see that the potential, and I see that the influence that the show has had on the whole drag world has been, for the most part, it has been, I wouldn't say negative, but it has pushed it into a certain direction, where I think it's made it least or less interesting. I think Drag Race has made I think Drag Race has made drag less interesting because most queens are following what the show wants to see because they want to get on the show. And so that just puts a lot of the queens into this category of just being your typical queen that does, your regular top 40 hits, lip syncing, doesn't really care about pushing their art forward. They care about the look. I see a lot of queens care about the look, and that's it. And then they forget about the art. They forget about pushing their boundaries. They're about incorporating other talents. And so, yeah, I don't think I hate the show. I really don't. I think if I didn't care about it, then I would just take it for what it is. And that's how the regular viewers, let me just tell you, the regular viewers, they don't care about it. They just watch it, they turn it off, and they're like, okay, well, that's just another episode of Drag Race. And that's that. But us, the people that really care for the show and have the people that really care for the show, we're gonna watch the episode, and then we're going to see what we're gonna want to talk about it, and a lot of those things that they have just done with the show, they just don't jive with the core fan base, and so there's gonna be a lot of pushback, and it sucks. It sucks because like I said, there's so much potential and they can do it better. I honestly think if Drag Race would focus more on the competition side and a little less on the reality TV, it would make a better show. It would make a better show overall. I think a lot of the times it just gets too reality TV driven, and that takes more importance, that they put more emphasis into the storylines, the drama, the where they can put queens against each other, or who they want to keep and who they don't. And it's just so like they want to build a storyline, right? And part of it is, I get it, you want to make a cohesive show, but it does really, but when that takes priority over the competition, over the fairness, over, you know, the actual talent and merit, then that's when the show gets really, that's when you start to lose the respect of the audience. And we no longer, we can see through the, we can see through the, we can peek through the, what's it called when the Wizard of Oz is in the background, the oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying, like we can see. We can see. So I think, they're doing themselves a disservice by just um by not really caring to work on the quality of the show. I think they need to reassess and really think about how they can make it a little bit more competitive and less um and let's make it less about the shock value, because I think that's what they're going for now. It's like, what can we do to shock the audience? What can we do? What twist can we do to shock the viewers? And it's like, we're not shocked. We're not shocked. Even when you do the twists, they're so manipulated, they're so produced that we can see it coming from miles away. Like, it's just not gonna work. I'm sorry. Like, remember when they did the chocolate bar? Like, that was so contrived. It was so unserious, so um it was just so ineffective. Like, it didn't even make a difference. It was so bad. It was so bad. And that was their whole twist. And it yeah. And then the drink, what was it called? The last time they had the immunity drink or something like that, the immunity potion. Baby, they gave it to Nymphia Wind, which she was never gonna get eliminated. Baby, are you serious? Do you really think Nymphia Wind was gonna get eliminated? No. So they were gonna bring her to the end no matter what. And so yeah, I think they just have a lot of stuff to do. They have a lot of thinking to do. They have a lot of work to do to get back to make it a better show. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I don't hate the show. If you do follow me on Instagram, then you'll probably I don't know, you may think that I hate it, but I don't. And I think that was it. I think those were the things that I wanted to talk about. I know I didn't really talk about another topic. It was just these two things that I had on my mind. So, all right. Thank you so much for listening. If you are a new listener, thank you for listening. If you are coming back, thank you for sticking around. And hopefully, you know, we can grow this little channel. And yeah, I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you next time. Bye.